Answers in Genesis is a popular creationist site. Its name shortens to the acronym EIG, which is appropriate, given how that's the noise I make whenever I think about creationism. Anyway, getting past my personal bias, there's something in particular about this site I think everyone who visits it should be aware of. Go to About Us and click on Statement of Faith. This takes you to a page on which they list their beliefs in relation to the Bible and so forth. Most of it is pretty standard hardcore fundamentalist Christian stuff, homophobia and all, but there's one bit that should set alarm bells ringing. Right at the bottom, presumably where the fewest people would see it, we get this gem, and I quote, "By definition, no apparent, perceived, or claimed evidence in any field, including history and chronology, can be valid if it contradicts the scriptural record. Of primary importance is the fact that evidence is always subject to interpretation by fallible people who do not possess all information." End quote. Do you see the problem here? I hope you do. In a nutshell, this extract basically says that if reality suggests the Bible is wrong, then reality is to be ignored. No matter what your stance on creationism, religion, or whatever, I don't see how you can possibly not have a problem with this. A site which openly admits that it accepts a single version of events as fact and denies any evidence to suggest the contrary is directly going against the scientific method. Science is about finding evidence and seeing what you can conclude from it. Answers in Genesis starts with the conclusion and bends reality until it roughly appears to support that conclusion. Regardless of your personal position on the issues the site discusses, how can you possibly trust a source as heinously biased as this? At least they admit it, I suppose, but I somehow doubt the majority of visitors bother reading this page. How do you think this sort of reasoning would stand up in court? If a man was accused of killing someone, should he be able to say, "Well, he cursed in the name of God, and the Bible has very clear instructions for what to do with blasphemers"? Just see how far that kind of logic will get you in modern society. Next time somebody quotes Answers in Genesis, be sure to point out this little passage. I know I will.